Mrs. Fitzgerald crosses and hurries out through the door right. Means from right side. Left to herself. Mrs. Pearson smokes away, lighting another cigarette, and begins laying out the cards for patients on the table. After a few moments, Doris Pearson comes bursting in left. So she is a pretty girl in her early 20s who would be pleasant enough if she had not been spoiled. Now, Doris, before she has taken anything in, means she is able to understand that what is going on. Mum, you will have to iron my yellow silk. I must wear it tonight. She now sees what is happening and is astounded. What are you doing? She moves down left center. Mrs. Pearson now uses her ordinary voice, but her manner is not fluttering. She is confident and she is not apologetic, but cool and incisive. Mrs. Pearson says, not even looking up, what do you think I'm doing? Whitewashing the ceiling? Doris, still astounded. But you are smoking. That's right, dear. No law against it, is there? But I thought you didn't smoke. Then you thought wrong. Are we having tea in the kitchen? Have it where you like, dear. Now, Mrs. Pearson is making fun of her. Do you mean it isn't ready? Yours isn't. I have had all I want. Might go out later and get a spare meal at the Clanton. Clanton must be a name of a restaurant. Now, Doris, hardly believing her. Who might? I might. Who do you think? Now, Doris, staring at her mum. What is the matter with you? Now, Mrs. Pearson, don't be silly. Now, Doris, indignantly means disrespectfully. It's not me that is being silly. And I must say, it is a bit much when I have been working hard all day and you can't even bother to get my tea ready. So, did you hear what I said about my yellow silk? Now, Mrs. Pearson says, no, don't you like it now? I never did. Even I didn't like that, she said. Now, Doris, again, indignantly, of course I like it, and I'm going to wear it tonight. So I want it ironed. Want it ironed? What do you think it is going to do? Iron itself? No, you are going to iron it for me. You always do. Well, this time I don't. And don't talk rubbish to me about working hard. I have a good idea how much you do, Doris Pearson. I put in twice the hours you do and get no wages, no thanks for it. Why are you going to wear your yellow silk? Where are you going? No, Doris sulkily. Out with Charlie Spence. Why? No, Doris, why? Why? What is the matter with you? Why shouldn't I go out with Charlie Spence if he asked me and I want to? Any objections? Go on. You might as well tell me. Can't you find anybody better? I wouldn't be seen dead with Charlie Spence, buck-teeth and half-witted. He isn't. When I was your age, I would have found somebody better than Charlie Spence or given myself up as a bad job. Now, Doris, nearly in tears. Oh, shut up. Doris runs out left. Mrs. Pearson chuckles. She's laughing because she had made fun of her and begins putting the cards together. After a moment, Cyril Pearson enters from left side. He is a masculine counterpart of Dennis. Same ways. Ditto. Very similar to his sister. Now, Cyril. Hello, mom. Tea ready? No. Why not? I couldn't bother. Feeling off color or something? Never felt better in my life. What is the idea then? Just a change. Well, snap out of it, ma, and get cracking. Haven't too much time. Now Cyril is about to go when Mrs. Pearson's voice checks in. I have plenty of time. Yes, but I haven't. Got a busy night tonight. So moving left to the door. So did you put my things out? Actually, Mrs. Pearson is Mrs. Fitzgerald. So she doesn't remember whether she has done or not. So she would say something like this. I can't remember, but I doubt it. Maybe she has done. Maybe she has not done. So Cyril moving to the table, protesting. Now look, when I asked you this morning, you promised, you said you would have to look through them first in case there was any mending, suppose some repairing was needed. Yes, well, now I have decided I don't like mending. That is a nice way to talk. What would happen if we all talk like that? You all do talk like that. If there is something at home you don't want to do, you don't do it. If it is something at your work, you go to the union. You get the union to bar it. Now, all that has happened is that I have joined the movement. I don't get this, ma'am. What is going on? Now, laconic and sinister way means without paying any attention and a little strict way. Changes. Now Doris enters left. She is in the process of dressing and is now wearing a wrap. She looks pale and red-eyed as if she might have cried. Now, Mrs. Pearson, you look terrible. I wouldn't wear that face even for Charlie's Spence. So now Doris moving above the table. Oh, shut up about Charlie Spence. And anyhow, I am not ready, just dressing. And if I do look terrible, that is your fault. You made me cry. Now, Cyril, curious, why? What did she do? Now, Doris, never you mind. Now, Mrs. Pearson rising and preparing to move to the kitchen. Have we any stout left? Stout is a kind of beer. It is a drink. It is an alcoholic drink, actually. Hmm? But it is light one, like beer. So I can't remember. Cyril says, bottle or two, I think, but you don't want stout now. Now, Mrs. Pearson, moving left slowly. I do. What for? Now, Mrs. Pearson, turning at the door. To drink, you clut. Clut is actually an abusive word, like mad people. This is actually from a scientific term, if you know that clotting, and if a clot is the internal bleeding type clots, and if they reach to the brain, then that part of the brain doesn't work. So, like sometimes mad people or such kind of people. But this is an abusive word. So, Mrs. Pearson exits from right side, and instantly Cyril and Doris are in a huddle. So close together at left center, rapidly whispering. So now, Doris, has she been like that with you too? Yes. No tea ready? Wouldn't care less? Well, I'm glad it's both of us. I thought I had done something wrong. So did I. But it's her, of course. So she was smoking and playing cards when I came in. I couldn't believe my eyes. I asked her if she was feeling off color and she said she wasn't. Well, she is suddenly all different. And that is what made me cry. It wasn't what she said, but the way she said it. And the way she looked. Haven't noticed that? She looks just the same to me. She doesn't to me. Do you think she could have hit her head or something? And got what is it? So now staggered. And do you mean she has Bami? So again, this is something when somebody had some injuries or some hit on head. The person behaves like a mad person. So that is called Bami. No, you fathead. Fathead is another abusive word. Fathead. Now you can guess what could be that. Oh, concussion. She might have sound far-fetched. You must have brought this from afar. Well, she is far-fetched, if you ask me. She suddenly begins to giggle. She starts laughing. So now then, what is it? So if she is going to be like this, when dad comes home. So again, she laughs. So she's thinking something would be funny when father comes home. So now Cyril begins to go for, I'm staying in for that. Two front dress circle for the first house. Like if that is a show in theater. So like in movies, you prefer to sitting at the back, but when you are in a theater, then you prefer to sit in front. Two front dress circle means two tickets we have bought for the first house, that first house. So Mrs. Pearson enters from right side and she's carrying a bottle of stout and half-filled glass. Cyril and Doris try to stop their guffawing and giggling, but they are not quick enough. So Mrs. Pearson regards them with contempt. So Mrs. Pearson coldly, you two are always talking about being grown up. Means I have told you many a times that you should grow up. Why don't you both try for once be your age, to be your age? She moves to the settee and says, can't we laugh now? Yes, if it is funny, go on, tell me, make me laugh. I could go with it. You know, you never understand our jokes, mum. I was yawning at your jokes before you were born, Doris. Now, Doris, almost tearful again. What is making you talk like this? What have we done? Now, Mrs. Pearson promptly. Nothing, but come in, ask for something, go out again, then come back when there is nowhere else to go. Look, if you want get tea ready, then I will find something to eat myself. Why not? Help yourself. She takes a sip of stout. Now, Cyril, turning on his way to the kitchen, mind you, I think it is a bit thick. So I have been working all day. So Doris is confirming, same here. So now Mrs. Pearson calmly, 8-hour day. Yes, 8-hour day, and don't forget it. So I have done my 8 hours. That's different. Of course it is. So it was. Now Mrs. Pearson calmly says, it was. Now it isn't. 40-hour week for all now. Just watch it at the weekend when I have my 2 days off. Now Doris and Cyril exchange alarmed glances. So then they stare at Mrs. Pearson, who returns their look calmly. So now Cyril must grab something to eat. So looks as if I will need to keep my strength up. Cyril exits to the kitchen. Now Doris, moving to the settee anxiously, Mummy, you don't mean you are not going to do anything on Saturday and Sunday? Now Mrs. Pearson, hey, really, no, I wouldn't go that far. I might make a bed or two and do a bit of cooking as a favor, which means, of course, I will have to be asked very nicely and thanked for everything and generally made a fuss of. But any of you 40-hour-a-weekers who expect to be waited on hand and foot on Saturdays and Sundays with no thanks for it are in for a nasty disappointment. Might go off for the weekend, perhaps. Go for the weekend? Why not? I could do with a change. Stuck here day after day, week after week. If I don't need a change, who does? But where would you go? Who would you go with? That is my business. You don't ask me where you should go and who you should go with, do you? That is different. The only difference is that I am a lot older and better able to look after myself. So it's you who should do the asking. So did you fall or hit yourself with something? Now, Tori says, just trying to make that. No, but she has understood that why she's asked. But I will hit you with something, girl, if you don't stop asking silly questions. Now Doris stares at her open mouth, ready to cry. Oh, this is awful. She begins to cry, not passionately. Now, Mrs. Pearson, stop blubbering. You are not a baby. If you are old enough to go out with Charlie's friends, you are old enough to behave properly. Now stop it. George Pearson enters left. So he is about 50, fundamentally decent but solemn. Solemn means serious. Self-important, pompous, showy person. Preferably, he should be a heavy, slow-moving type. Means when you are choosing a person on for acting on stage. So you should choose like this, slow-moving type. So he notices Doris tears. Hello, what is this? Can't be anything to cry about. No, through sobs, Doris says, you will see. And then she runs out from left side with a sob or two. On the way, George stares after her a moment, then looks at Mrs. Pearson. Did she say, you will see? Yes. What did she mean? Better ask her.